Martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is finally here. This is a film I've been curious about for quite some time, but like many films this year, they've been pushed back due to the pandemic. This stars Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. This is an origin story for this character, and he is introduced into the MCU as the 25th entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That is quite impressive. Starring alongside for most of the film is Awkwafina, who plays Katie. I was really impressed, and I have to applaud Marvel for what they did for this film. This is a very different kind of Marvel film that we've never seen before. Not in terms of the casting in here, but also the direction for the action scenes and the story. It just feels something brand new. And I love it when Marvel takes risks and bringing us a smaller character to the screen that many people may not know of. For example, Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people didn't know Guardians of the Galaxy or even the upcoming Eternals film. I feel like that's with Shang-Chi. Now that they got their Avengers story out of the way and they had Endgame, it's time to take a gamble on some smaller properties and bring them to the screen. And they took a gamble with Shang-Chi. But judging by the audience response and the amount of people that were there, I think they're going to have a hit on their hand because this is a really fun film. One of my favorite aspects of this movie is definitely the relationship between Shang-Chi and Awkwafina's character, Katie. In the beginning of the film, he's known as Sean. He works alongside her at a valet company, and they're just best friends. I love their down-to-earth relationship, and Shang-Chi is just an easy, relatable character, especially in the beginning of the film. But as they're headed to work one day, they are attacked by the Ten Rings organization, and his true identity comes out, and he's a martial arts master, and she's quite impressed with it. From there on, they go on this journey where his father is looking for him. He is the head of the Ten Rings organization. So kind of throughout the film, we get flashbacks to when he was younger with his father and his mother and his sister. So there's just a lot in play within this movie, and I love how they handled this character because he spent a lot of time in San Francisco, and he's a very relatable, down-to-earth guy. He loves to do karaoke and drink and have fun, be late to work, just really easygoing guy. And that really carries throughout the rest of the film, even when his past is brought back to him and his true identity comes to light. He still jokes quite often and likes to have fun. And that's a kind of breath of fresh air when it comes to some of the Marvel characters. Some of them are just very, very serious. And then you have some ones that like to have fun, like Ant-Man. But he is a character that's quite enjoyable to watch. He's relatable, he's quick on his feet. He has a really strong relationship with Katie. Usually when you have a side character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're just there and they really don't contribute to much. But not only did she contribute to the story, there was times that she tried to get involved in some of the action scenes as well. Even though she didn't know what she was doing, it definitely was fun to watch. Now the story for Shang-Chi and his father and the overall Ten Rings organization definitely is personal. This is a villain story of a misunderstood person that wants something that's personal to him, not trying to like take over the world, but his 10 rings that he does have, he uses it for power. But the overall story within this movie is personal to both Shang-Chi and his father. It definitely connects to the past when Shang-Chi was a teenager and a task he had to do regards to his mother and his father. But the story is very personal. It really touches on the family dynamics of Shang-Chi and his father and their conflicted relationship, and especially his sister as well. So it's a kind of more personal story. And I like some of these more personal, smaller Marvel films. These ones with the story add something to the character. Some Marvel films, the characters are there to like protect the world, and it's nothing personal to them. Here, with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, what happens with his father is personal to him, and he has to confront his past and his future as well. The action in here is really great. There's a lot of impressive scenes, especially in the beginning of the film, on the bus in San Francisco. A lot of unedited sequences. CGI looks great. There is a lot of CGI eventually kind of later down the road, especially when it comes to some mythical creatures and the usage of the 10 rings. It all looks really great. And some of the fighting scenes, especially in the beginning when we are introduced to Shang-Chi's father and his mother, take some of the best moments and inspired by Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And some of those moments look really, really great. They're really smooth. The action just flows very nicely. And it's really impressive. Kind of towards the end, it becomes kind of a little bit generic in regards to some of the MCU films we've seen, some of the action. But for the most part, it flows very nicely. The whole cast in here is really great. We see for the trailers that we have Benedict Wong in here and the Abomination, which was brief but really fun to watch. And the relationship between Shang-Chi and his sister also was something that was building throughout the film, because there is tension amongst them too, and they have to overcome that to really handle their father and what he is trying to do. Not trying to spoil what happens with the father in the story, but they have to overcome their differences to take down their father. But I just really like the approach to this movie, keeping it very small and personal, bringing us a character that we may not know of, and really handling a lot of great development to make him a character worth watching and wanting to see a lot more down the road. This movie is really funny. It has a great soundtrack. This is something I want to see more of. I want to see more of the 10 rings. I want to see more of Shang-Chi and him really tapping into his abilities, but still being a really fun, relatable character. So before I give you my score for Shang-Chi, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie-related content you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the film, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.